What would you do if the house you grew up in, the one your family swore never to return to, was suddenly sold overnight? And the person who bought it is the one your mother has been running from your entire life. We are going tomorrow, Mom. I have sold your beach house. But what she did not know was far heavier than the words hanging in the air. The kitchen lights hummed above us. A soft flicker cut through the silence. The scent of sea salt drifted from her open window, a reminder of the life she built on the coast. Her hands froze over the chipped blue mug. Steam rose between us. Her eyes narrowed, searching my face for something familiar. I felt the floor tilt beneath me. My palms grew warm. The chair creaked as I shifted, trying to stand firm against the truth I carried. Outside, a siren wailed in the distance. A dog barked once, sharp and accusing. The world felt louder than it should have. She finally spoke, her voice steady but trembling at the edges. You sold it. Without asking me. The wooden table pressed against my knees. The air grew thick. My breath dragged in slowly, then stuck. I watched her fingers curl around the mug. Knuckles pale. Elbow stiff. A tiny crack in her calm. I had to, I said, my voice thin. The refrigerator hummed behind me, a low mechanical heartbeat. The window blinds rattled as a cold breeze pushed through them. Her stare burned through me. It was not anger yet. It was something deeper. A calculation. I swallowed hard. Because she did not know what waited for us tomorrow. She did not know who had demanded the sale. She did not know why leaving before sunrise mattered more than anything. She lifted her mug slowly, eyes never leaving mine. The tea barely touched her lips before she paused mid-sip. Something shifted in her expression. A realization. A memory surfacing. And before I could speak, she set the mug down with a soft click. The sound echoed like a warning. You were not supposed to find out, she said. Her voice was quiet. Calm. Too calm. The lights flickered again. A shadow crossed her face. And my stomach tightened, because her sudden calm was far more terrifying than her anger. She leaned forward, her breath warm on the chilled air. Her tone steady, almost rehearsed. There is something I need to tell you before we leave. She glanced toward the hallway, toward the dark end of the house, then back at me. And in that moment, I knew the beach house was never the real secret. I waited for her next words, heart thudding against my ribs. She opened her mouth to speak. She opened her mouth to speak. And the air changed. Colder. Heavier. Like the whole house leaned in to listen. Her voice came out low. Measured. Almost fragile. I never told you what happened in that house the summer your father left. My pulse jumped. Her words wrapped around my chest like tightening rope. She had not spoken about him in years. The clock on the wall ticked louder. Each second a hammer strike. My throat dried as she continued. You were young, she said. Too young to remember. But I remember every sound. Every night. Everything I tried to keep from you. She looked toward the window, toward the faint glow of the street lamp outside. Her eyes glassed over, reflecting something I could not see. The beach house was the only place we felt safe for a while, she whispered. Until we were not. A chill crawled down my spine. The refrigerator hummed again. A car passed outside, headlights sweeping across the wall like a ghost. She clasped her hands together. Tight. White-knuckled. As if she were trying to hold herself together. You think you sold it because we need money, she said. You think I am upset because you made a choice without me. She shook her head. Slow. Deliberate. Her voice thickened, trembling, bending under the weight of the past. I am terrified because that house was the one place he promised never to return to. My chest froze. I took a small step back, without meaning to. My heart thrummed against my ribs like it wanted to escape. She looked up at me with eyes that suddenly seemed older, smaller, fragile in a way I had never seen. I changed my name, she whispered. I changed your name. I hid every trace of us. And for all these years, he never found us. The room tilted again. My breath shook. I tried to swallow, but my throat locked. Her voice dropped to a trembling hush. When someone offered to buy the beach house, so suddenly, I knew it was not a stranger. My skin prickled. My legs weakened. I prayed I was wrong, she said. But he signed the paperwork. His name is on the documents. He bought it back. A cold jolt ripped through my body. She leaned closer, her voice breaking. He knows where we are now. The words slammed into me. A bursting wave. A roaring hurricane. Everything inside me shook. Outside, a truck rumbled down the street. The headlights brightened the window for a moment before fading. He told them we will meet him there tomorrow, she said. And he never asks. He commands. My stomach twisted. My vision blurred at the edges. I gripped the back of the chair to stay upright. You should have told me, I whispered. My voice cracked. Raw. Uneven. She nodded slowly. I know. Her eyes brimmed with tears she would not let fall. I wanted you to have a normal life. I wanted you to forget the danger we once lived in. Silence swallowed the room. A thick, suffocating quiet. Finally, she reached for my hand. Her fingers cold, shaking faintly. We have one night, she said. One night to decide if we go to him, or if we run again. My heartbeat thundered. The walls seemed to close in. The air felt thin. What if he already knows we are hesitating? I asked. She looked toward the hallway again. The dark stretch of it seemed deeper now. Darker. As if something hid just beyond the shadows. He always knows, she whispered. And, in that fragile second, the floorboard in the hallway creaked. Light. Slow. Like a single careful footstep. Her grip tightened on my hand. We were not alone. Her grip tightened, until her trembling fingers laced with mine. Both of us held our breath. The house held its breath with us. Another creak echoed down the hallway. Soft. Measured. Too familiar. My pulse pounded so loud. I could feel it in my throat, in my fingertips, in the air between us. Then, the hallway light flicked on. A warm yellow glow spilled across the hardwood floor. A shadow stretched toward the kitchen. Long. Still. And then, it moved. I stepped in front of my mother without thinking. My body acted before my mind caught up. My knees trembled, but I stood firm. Footsteps approached. Slow. Deliberate. Each one landing with the weight of a memory I never knew I carried. My mother's voice shook. Please do not. The footsteps stopped at the threshold. A tall figure stepped into view. Not the nightmare I expected. Not the monster from her memories. Just a man. Older. Weathered. A face pulled tight with decades of regret. He looked at my mother, and something inside him collapsed. His shoulders fell. His jaw trembled. His eyes clouded with a sadness that felt heavier than anger. I am not here to fight, he said. His voice cracked. I am here because I am tired of running from what I broke. My mother's breath hitched. Her hand slipped from mine. She stared at him, as if seeing a ghost take its first breath. You gave us no peace, she whispered. Her voice was thin, but sharp enough to cut. I know, he said. And I know an apology will not fix the years I stole. His gaze slipped to me. A quiet ache lived in his eyes. I bought the house because it was the only place left where I could try to give you both something back. My mother faltered. Her shoulders wavered. Like the weight she carried was suddenly too much. He stepped forward. Just once. Then stopped. I am leaving the house in your name, he said. No more running. No more hiding. You keep it. You keep everything. I only ask for a chance to end this the right way. The room softened. Not warm, but no longer cold. The silence changed shape. Gentler now, like the first breath after a storm. My mother closed her eyes. And for the first time, her face did not twist with fear, but with release. She nodded once. Small. Careful. A sign that forgiveness was still distant. But peace was no longer impossible. He stepped back into the hallway. Take your time, he said. I will wait at the house tomorrow. Only if you choose to come. His footsteps faded. The hallway light clicked off. The house exhaled. My mother leaned against me, her body soft with exhaustion. For the first time that night, she let a tear fall. "It is over," she whispered. "Not a promise, not a certainty, but a hope. A fragile, trembling hope." And together, in the quiet glow of that kitchen, we realized we no longer had to run. Not from him, not from the past, not from the truth. Tomorrow would come, and for the first time, we would meet it on our own terms.